Hey guys, welcome back to Tactics Talk with Guido. Thanks for tuning in on this episode. I've got a subscriber platoon with Polecat Price. He's driving his J Panther. I'm in my Challenger. And we have loaded into whatever this place is called, Cliff, into the north spawn, and I'm headed up here to the north. When we loaded in here, we were discussing what to do. The 3 artillery had me concerned because just about anywhere you go, except for around the mountain, at least until you turn southbound, you can be hit by arty from every direction. Challenger has a pretty fast speed. It can actually get around a lot like a medium in that respect. Really great gun depression. You'll see that I am running not the Top Gun. This is the old Top Gun for the Challenger. I'm going to get spotted right here, going up through here. I do not have 6th Sense. This is not a great crew that I'm running. E25's going, try to take a shot. We miss him. And so we have discussed what we're going to do, and Polecat said, well, I'm going to take my JP and head out over here and start kind of holding down on the one line. I said, that's not a bad idea. There's nobody over there. Ideally, a platoon would work together, but these 2 tanks are not really fantastically able to work together. He's got a limited selection, and he's grinding the JP, all that good stuff. Lots of excuses, but that's how we got here. And I'm going to go ahead and work the middle right here. And this was an interesting game to me because right about here, I told Polecat we're going to lose this game, just based on what I saw with the deployment and what was going on. They had owned this whole thing. Pretty soon I'm going to have a couple of scouts up on top. So they own the little donut area. That we don't have anybody over here keeping them honest. Now, I don't want a whole bunch of guys stacked up over here on my team, but I do need a couple watching. At least the 3601's now going. They're about to have that hill, and pretty soon you're going to see them coming around the mountain right there. So all of those are adding together for Guido to say, well, I think we're in big trouble here. So at this point, I'm just thinking, let's get some hit points in here. I actually hit the M6 and do no damage. That gets me spotted. Shoot him and then get hammered by the artillery. I'm lucky that the whatever that big fat guy down there is, the Oni didn't delete me, and I'm down about half my hit points already, having done 0. So I got my commander dead. There's another shot that probably came at me. I'm not sure what's coming at me or the scout. Might have been at the Sturv right there. Takes me a while to realize that my commander is dead. There we go. And now I've got to get up here and see if I can find some hit points. So we're continuing to discuss. He says, well, there's nobody really coming up the one line. And at this point, I'm just thinking, all right, man, this is just, we're going to have to do our best right here. Get as many hit points out of this. Try to hold them. I do have a push going around the south part of the mountain, so that might be alright. The 2 scouts up top are really concerning me. And I'm bouncing off the Oni right there. I see this M6 looks really intent on coming around the corner. The Oni, for whatever reason, has decided not to push. That's helpful. I'm going to go around this rock because I want to, yes, artillery is still shooting the Sturv. And I would like to avoid getting deleted by the artillery right there. And it looks like the enemy team just isn't that interested in getting aggressive, and that is going to be extremely helpful for us. We've got a tiger coming up. There goes one of the guys up on the hill. That's very helpful. The 2 E25s were messing around on that little promontory over there. Not a great spot. Kind of getting hammered, especially with artillery. It's not a very smart place to be. It can be a really tricky little hold down position if there's no artillery and guys can't get to you, but that just wasn't the case. For whatever reason, the M6 loses his mind. A lot of times when things are going bad, the enemy team will bail you out by being dopey. This is one of those cases. Down he goes, so we get rid of him. And we're starting to gain a lead. I'm a little bit concerned about the E25 that was going after the 3485. I really don't want him on my side, but it looks like the 3485 handled him, but down he goes to the other E25, so I've got to keep an eye on him. Now, we was discussing with Polecat at this point. I was telling him, look, this is kind of the point in a game where you start to sense that the advantage is going to your team, and it's time to get out there and see if you can't make something happen and get some hit points. We had a long discussion about when that might be and how you might do it. That is something that newer players or players that aren't very good who are trying to learn how to just get a few more hit points in the game. That's one of those critical phases right there where your team is starting to win and it's time to put the pressure on. You hear that in professional sports a lot. You get them down and you don't let up. You just keep coming at them harder and harder, and you'll get kind of a I didn't quite kill that guy. You'll get kind of a cascading effect out of being aggressive like that. where you just hit them harder and harder and faster, and they just never recover. You gain the initiative, all those words like that. So we got the 34-100. Again, I have to be careful. I don't have 6th sense. Pretty sure I'm spotted right there. Using these rocks forward and right, plus that little rise, just to try to shield myself as much as possible from any TDs that might be down on their cap, and that happens to be where all of them are. Blind shot into there because I know that's probably where he still is. I'm going to come up here, look for some more bushes. Thought about getting the KV2, but that's all right. Let him sit there. Polecat's still there. And again, still more discussion with Polecat about, all right, man, you really need to get moving up. You're missing out on all the fun at this point. So we got TDs hanging out in the back, bouncing off their mantlet. Down he goes. Checking the KV2. He's not going to zip up and over anytime soon. I just want to take a quick look and make sure he's not getting crazy. The 304, that's what I'm talking about right there. See, the 304 gets it, except he's not using a bush. I think he's trying to dive maybe on the KV2. Not sure what's going on here. He's getting nutty. Hellcat's backing up. Let's see if I can get a little snipe shot on him. There we go. There's a little extra hit points. Down he goes. Down the 304 goes. That was probably pretty funny. I wonder what that looked like. I may have to go look at that a little while later. Looks like maybe he tried to dive down on him. Is that what he did? Yeah, he sure did. Tried to do a little dive bomb. And now it's just, hey, we got 3 arty back there, and I'm up on this nice sniping spot. Somebody's giving me some good lights, and I'm just picking these dudes apart. Let me shoot the one that's further back. No one's looking at him. Let's see, Mr. Hummel's sitting there. Another shot that gets him. Maybe get the Hummel. Where'd he go? Oh, he's dead. And we end up winning this one. I got 2,290, 849 spotting. It just goes to show you, I will say that I am right more often than I am wrong when I make calls like that early in a game. The earlier you make the call, the less right you're going to be, because you never know with World of Tanks. But a lot of times you can look at what's going on and say, yeah, this is more than likely a loss. Question is, what do you do with that? Some people get mad and just YOLO out. Some people go to the back corner of the red line and snipe and take their 1,000, 1,500. Other people just keep on playing and see what shakes out, see what they can do. If you're in a platoon, coordinate as best you can. And, you know, probably 7 out of 10 times you lose anyway, but then there's the other ones where you kind of come back and you make it happen. Did I carry on this? No, not necessarily. That's not what I'm trying to say. I am definitely the high damage. I'll show you how that all went down at the end. But, you know, a lot of it was really towards the end. I was just simply trying to anchor that middle part, keeping them from coming up and over with the ONI and the M6 and everything else, and allow the team to have the time it needed to come around. The guys that went around to the east and came down the southeast side, or down whatever the hell I'm trying to say, on the east side of the hill, did some good work over there cleaning up anybody that was there. Plus, digging the dudes off the hill was a big deal as well. The two T-37s didn't do very well, even though they were able to get up there. So we really were able to kind of come back from a bad situation. Fairly low tier. You're talking tier 7 and tier 6 is out there. So when you're talking about experience and skill level on the players, that has a lot to do with it. Put an all tier 10 battle with 2 teams of relatively good players and put my team back on the heels like we were early on, we probably don't recover from that. But you got to take all that in stride. You know that I was in a tier 7, tier 6 battle, so that's what I had and that's what I worked with. All right, guys, hope you liked what you saw. A little player platoon, little subscriber platoon is what I'm trying to say. And as always, if you like what you saw, make sure you subscribe, and we will see you.